Hello everybody. How's everyone doing? It's me, Angie, coming to do a video with you guys. I have been playing around and I needed some pockets for a journal. And I thought I would do what I'm calling a window pocket. Yeah, pocket window with a tag. So here's my prototype. I just threw something quick together to show you guys. And it's vellum pocket with a vellum window, I guess you would say. This is the pocket, and as you can see, this is just a vellum window, and then it houses a tag, or you can do it from the side this way and hold a tag or a journal card, whatever you choose. And this is still a little wet, but I try to coordinate the tag with the pocket. So there we go. So I thought maybe you guys might like to make one with me. I tried to get everything that I needed. I grabbed just random things that I like to use, which are butterflies, flowers, lace. I've got some lace here. I've got some lace and trim, some embroidery trim, and that's what I used on this pocket was the embroidery trim, and some bling. Just some of my favorite items to work with, so I thought we would make one together. Okay, I've already gotten started. I'm going to be putting one on this piece of paper here, and then I'm going to decorate the inside, but this is the front piece that we're going to be working with right now. And this is the vellum window pocket that I have started. Now all you have to do, depending on what size page you're working with, which I'm just working with a standard size 8.5 by 11 piece of paper folded in half, which would be 8.25, or 8.5 by 5.25. Okay, so I just started out with a piece of paper 4 by 5, and then you just randomly tear it in the middle wherever you want, and I'll just kind of show you on a piece of scratch paper. You can even make one out of this piece of paper here, which is 2.5 by 3.5. But you get the size that you want, and you just kind of do in a downward diagonal angle. You're just going to tear your piece of paper in half like this, okay? And then you're going to put a piece of vellum paper in the middle of that, depending on how big you want your window to be. You want it to be that big, about an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches. Now you got to keep in mind the height that you make it, as big as you want your vellum window to be, that is what's going to peek out. So you want to have enough room for you to put something pretty there for, for yourself to look at, or if you're giving your journal away as a gift, you want that person to receive it, looking at it, and say, oh, how pretty. And they're going to see something through the vellum. They're going to see something through the vellum paper, and it's going to get their curiosity. They're going to pull it open, and then they're going to have a pretty tag, okay? And then on this one, I just put it on coffee dyed paper, so there's nothing on the back there. But what you could also do is use decorative paper, collage it, or use, decorate the back of the page, so then when the tag is out of the pocket, they have something pretty to look at as well. I didn't do that on this one. But this one we're using at least a piece of paper with a little bit of something on there, a little bit of more color. Okay, and like I said, I used 4 by 5, and then I just tore it in half, and I'm leaving myself a little bit bigger window than I did on this one. As you can see here, I just had about an inch, maybe an inch and a half, where here I've pretty much doubled that. Okay, so I give myself a little bit more room to work with. So all you do is you glue that down. Glue it down really well, but just try to make sure that your glue does not seep through, so it doesn't show on your vellum. As you know, glue really stands out on your vellum paper really easily. On other papers, you can kind of hide it when you have a little glue spot, but on the vellum, it really does show up a lot. So try not to get it on your vellum. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to glue it right down, okay? And that's what we're going to do now. We're just going to glue that right down to the page where you want it. And my glue of choice for this is Glossy Accents. And I'm going to do a tag with a top opener. Open, pull it out from the slide out from the top. So I'm going to put a thin bead of glue. And on the side here of your window, there's nothing you can do about that because you've got to secure this down to your page. But I understand art glitter glue. I don't use art glitter glue. I've never tried it. But I understand that what I hear through other ladies' videos, that it doesn't show when it dries. It dries, pretty much almost invisible, really, really clear. So you may want to try the art glitter glue. Okay, so we're just going to figure out where we're going to put that, and I'm going to kind of just eyeball it, but I'm going to try and put it right in the middle. Okay, we're going to secure that down. And even though it's just a small bead of glue on the sides, once it gets dry, it will dry a little bit better than that. But you can always, when you embellish it and decorate it, you can always kind of hide that a little bit too if that bothers you. Okay, so we've got our vellum window pocket down. That's what it is, vellum window pocket. Okay, we're going to give that a minute to dry. And I've already cut my tag. And I've cut at the height of my pocket, which is, I've forgotten already, 6 3/4 by 4. But we're going to allow a little bit of seepage on the glue when it dries. So instead of your tag being 4 inches, I think I did mine 3.5 to allow a little bit of room. And that's going to give me plenty of room for the pocket tag to slide in and out. Okay, we're going to give that a second to dry, and we're going to work on our tag. So like I said, I cut that already, and I had this image from a digital, and I thought those birds were really, really pretty. But if I just secure that right down on there, when I slide it in, the image isn't going to display right where I want it, so I'm going to have to change that up a little bit. So what I thought I would do is use a little book page. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's well. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it very much. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of Distress ink. And I think I'm going to, even though, well, I guess we can. I'm going to use the Victorian Velvet. And we'll do that since we got some pink on the front here. We'll do the tag along the same colors. And this page is actually going to be going into a travel journal I'm working on. And that's why you get to see the Hawaiian flowers. Because I'm trying to work on a trip to Hawaii this year. Okay, and if you want to, you can round your corners. I'm not going to do it on this one, but if you choose. I do sometimes, but sometimes I don't. I don't think I will this time, but got some cloggage. There we go. So yeah, I thought this would make a really pretty element on a journal page. I don't know if anyone has done this, but and this one I am just going to fussy tear this image out because I really like the image of these birds sitting on this. I think that's a cherry blossom branch from a tree. I think that's what that is. And I love cherry blossoms. So I'm just going to fussy tear this out and use this image. Tear off a little bit of that branch there. yeah, you can, as far as I think the tag goes, you have to be a little bit, sparse as far as decorating, because it's a tight fit, so you won't be able to put too much embellishment on your tag. But as far as the outer part, you can probably go a little bit more crazy. And I'm going to have to, as you can see, it's too wide for that tag. I'm going to have to lose a little bit more of this branch. So yeah, you can decorate the outer pocket a little bit more than you can the tag. And like I said, I brought quite a few elements here on my desk, so we'll see what we can come up with as far as decorating. So see, now I need to try to figure out where I want that so it will show through. So when I put the tag in, it will show through on the vellum. And I think I'm gonna want that right, because I want the birds to show right about there. Okay. So I'm going to try and hold that in place and glue that down. Just put a little and come back and okay, I like that so far, but we need a little more on there, don't we? Let's see. Let's see what I got here. I don't think we'll be able to fit that in there. It's kind of nice, maybe something like that. I wonder if we could slide that in there. We might get away with that. That's pretty. I think we could probably get away with that. I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work, I don't know what we're going to do. Just cut that down just a smidge. Okay, and we're going to go for it. And block my glue here. Okay. Oops. Don't need quite that much. Spread that out. Okay. Those edges a little bit. Put that down right on top. Okay. I like that. And we might have to just, when we lift that up, we have a little word or something under there. Some inspirational word or something. Let's see what we got on here. Could put that little butterfly under there. How about if we do that? Here, cut this out real quick. That would be just as good as a word. We can still put a word. Let's see. Okay. Let's fly right under there. And you flip it up. See that? That's nice. Okay, let's put that in there. Okay, very nice. All right. Let me ink up the edges of this tag here. And for some reason, I kind of feel like we need a little brown in there just because of the color on this outer piece of paper. So I'm going to change my pad here, and I'm going to use a little bit of Rusty Hinge, which is also my absolute favorite color to work with. And I'm just going to lightly put a little of that on the inside. A bit more. I love to blend the colors together. I don't do it as often as I wish, but I do like it when I use more than one color. And actually, if I had time, or maybe still, use a little bit of water and get some droplets on there. Let's see, maybe go back over it with a little bit more of this Victorian velvet. Oops. Get in those corners a little bit more. That's why my mat is so bad. I'm sorry, guys. I've got a glue book, and I've got scrap paper right here, and I always use my mat. I'm so bad about that. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Okay, so there's our tag. Okay, so now let's come back to our page, and we need a tab, something on the top, don't we? Let's see if that's going to go in for us with that little bit of lace. I hope it does. Oops, I'm out of frame, I'm sorry. Usually the first time we go in is always the hardest, and then it kind of eases up after that. As you guys know, let's see. Okay, see? And I still need to put a pull on that because that's going to be kind of hard to get out, but let me show you. See, and then you can just see a little faint something, and, you know, whoever's looking at that say, oh, how pretty. And then when they pull their tag out, there you go. Isn't that nice? I think it's lovely. Okay, so let's decorate this a little bit. Okay, let me bring this back in because we need to finish that up. Let's see. What do we want to do? I've got this embroidery trim. I don't think that really goes. Got some lace. And I've got some flat back pearls, and I've got some flowers. I've got some, oh, this bling might look nice. Maybe that, I don't know. Let's see. Put that aside for a minute. Take a look at this lace. Not bad, but I feel like it's too wide. No, that's not gonna go. Moving right along. Okay, we're not gonna use that. Let's see. Oh, I have this little bit of cheesecloth left. It's not too bad. We can play around with that. I like that. That looks nice. I like that. No. No. A couple buttons. Oh, I like that. That brings out the blue and the flowers there. Okay. Okay. Let's wait on that. I like that though. Let's secure that down before I change my mind. We're going to put this down. It dries so fast. Lay that down randomly. Oops. Right there. And we're going to put this right on top. Okay, yeah, I like that. And I think these will stand out better. Take a look at these pearls here. Maybe right up the edge. Or use my blade here. You can just do a couple of them. And you remember what I said to try and hide a little bit of that glue on the edges. I could run these pearls right down the center there, but I don't think it calls for that much because the paper is already kind of busy. But we can put just maybe a few, about. I think that would be okay. And maybe, I think that's enough right there. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think it is. I think I'm going to stop. I think that's enough. And then, A lot of pink going on, isn't there? Let me take a look at these little flowers here real quick. Oh, the white one, just what I want. I like that. Down you go. Oops. Okay, give that a second to dry. We still need a pull on there, don't we? I don't have. I should just do a. I'm just tearing a piece of book page out, and I think I'm going to use that as my tab pull. Double the paper, just makes it a little bit stronger. And I'm just going to do a rough tear. Around those corners, I don't want them to be exactly square. And we're going to ink that a little bit. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I wish I would have put in that first, and wonder if I can get it underneath this without destroying it. Let's see. Keep your fingers crossed, guys, for me. I just need about a, I think that's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. Yay. Let's glue down. And then we glue that down. I like it. And there we go. Our vellum window pocket. I'm going to stop there, or I'm going to be messing with it a whole lot. Looks kind of plain right now, but once you get it in your book and you get your tag in there and you get all your other stuff in there, it will be just as gorgeous as anything. Let me slide that down in there. Still a little wet. My tag here. Tab. I'm sorry, my tab. Work that in there. Okay. So there we go. See, it's kind of hidden. Maybe pull it out. And you've got yourself your pretty tag. On this one, you got a little fabric lace flip. There you go. And there you go. So I hope you like the project. Vellum window tag. Vellum window pocket with tag. Vellum window pocket with tag. Sorry, guys. So that's it for today. Hope you give it a try. Very easy. I probably made it look and sound more difficult than it is. But a lot of fun. Very pretty. And I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, good night and God bless.